Well, hello, Rod, Broken Nickel Garage. Welcome back. Good to see you again. So I wanted to talk about brake calipers. Should you replace them every time you do brake jobs? Yes and no. It's going to depend. There's so many variables. So quite often I kind of just evaluate it. And a lot of shops will do caliper replacement at every brake job. And they do it for multiple reasons. One, yes, they want to make profit. But two, they want to ensure a customer has no issues. They don't want to have comebacks. Comebacks cost shops way too much money if there's ever some kind of issue. But I got a lot of my own equipment, or sometimes I have a customer on a very tight budget, and we'll evaluate the caliper. So things I look at on the caliper, I'll pull my bushings or slide pins out, and I'll make sure they're clean and not pitted. Boots are in good shape on the pins, and when I put brake grease back on the pins, just a thin amount. We don't need a lot. But then we want to evaluate our boot around the piston. Make sure it's not cracked. If I see any cracks, it's a no-go. Deterioration of the boot's a no-go. And then I put some kind of brake compressor in. Always use a brake pad. You should never put a pair of pliers just on the piston and squeeze. Sure, 9 times out of 10 you'll be fine, but I use an old brake pad. And then when I go to squeeze it in, I make sure it goes in nice and smooth. It shouldn't take really any effort. Just a slight push. And the first thing I do, even before I take a brake caliper off, I'll crack the bleed screw and make sure, just in case for some reason I got to bleed brakes, I can get that bleed screw open. It's always disappointing when you go get everything back together and decide you're going to need to flush the brake fluid, and we'll discuss that on another short video. But then inspect your brake hose. Again, make sure there's no deterioration, no cracking. If it meets all those criteria, typically I have no real issue reusing a brake caliper. And again, it's gonna. I live in Montana, so we don't have the severe rust that's a lot of areas in our nation does. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you again.